Hi everyone, my name is Junon. I have a health science background and I'm the author of the book Truth and Empathy, How to Find Your Soulmate. And I'll put a link to the book below. This video is the MBTI personality type assessment of Madonna. Again, when it comes to the 16 personality types, they can be grouped into four main ones. The first one are sensor judgers, the second sensor perceivers, the third intuitive thinkers, and the last one intuitive feelers. To me, Madonna is a sensor perceiver, and I will explain why. Again, I put some notes here so I don't miss anything. Madonna was born Madonna Louise Ciccone on August 16, 1958 in Bay City, Michigan. She's right now almost 63 years old. She's an American singer, songwriter, actress, and businesswoman because she founded the entertainment company Maverick some years ago. And interesting enough, Madonna performed well in school, so she was a straight A student. She received a scholarship to study dance at the University of Michigan after she graduated from high school. She dropped school after about a year and moved to New York City, and she only had $35 in her pocket when she did that. And one night in New York City, she was sexually attacked by two men, and she said that was a turning point in her life because then she realized her vulnerability as a woman. She worked as a backup singer in New York City. Her first band was named the Breakfast Club, and she sang, played the drums and guitar in that band. In 1983, the single Holiday was an international top 10 song. From 1984 to the early 2000s, she dominated the music charts and acted in a number of movies. So, for example, in terms of the music she produced, the singles like a Virgin, Live to Tell, Papa Don't Preach, Like a Prayer, Vogue. She also was in the movie Dick Tracy. She did the documentary Truth or Dare that was linked to the Blonde Ambition tour. She also did really well in Evita and also was in the movie A League of Their Own. She also was involved in humanitarian work later on in her career. She has six children now, two biological, Lourdes Leon and Rocco Ricci, and there's also David Benda, Esther Ciccone, Stelle Ciccone, and Mercy James that were adopted. She was married and divorced two times. One of her husband was Sean Penn, the other one was Guy Ritchie. Right now, Madonna, in terms of her love life, she has a series of boyfriends who are often very much younger than her, like they're in their mid-20s, and they're usually her dancers that are on tour with her. So what is kind of interesting when it comes to Madonna is that it is clear to someone who is willing to take risks. When she left university and went to New York City and she only had $35 in her pocket, a woman with no connections, she said it was the bravest thing that she did in her life, and it paid off. So you'll see that with sensor perceivers, they are willing to gamble in different ways of gambling in terms of like, hey, let me leave school, let the scholarship go, and going to a big city like New York and try to make it on her own. And Madonna is someone who's very hardworking. There's a determination in her, and she doesn't come across as very feminine. So let's say if someone had I don't know, a emotional trouble or wanted a compassionate ear, Madonna is not the person that comes to mind. So although she's a woman, for me she comes across as a masculine energy. So seem to be logical, and even the fact that she did really well in school, I'm not too surprised in the sense that masculinity tend to do better in school in this school system in North America than feminine energy, because again we put more emphasis on math and science and being logical than having more empathy and understand the emotional context of a situation. So, in other words, the fact that she did not pursue higher education in the case of Madonna is not the lack of potential, but the lack of interest. She just was too impatient. She wanted to make it happen as soon as possible. And if you look at her career, Madonna, although yeah, she sings, she dances, and also she was in a number of movies. But for me, she comes more across like a businesswoman, in terms of she's really good at selling herself. She knows how to push people's buttons, get controversy to get the spotlight on herself so that she can be successful when it comes to her career. So this is someone who's not afraid of being controversial. She thrives on it. So not only she's a masculine energy, but I would say that she's clearly an extrovert. She's not the type of person who recharges by being on her own. She doesn't mind the spotlight at all. So I would say that Madonna would be the typical extroverted masculine sensor perceiver. So the ESTP personality type would fit her really well. Another sort of indication, remember, Madonna didn't like Oprah for a number of years, and this is not surprising because Oprah comes across as very empathetic and very sort of soft, whereas Madonna is just the opposite. And Madonna is all about getting the work done. So she's about action in the moment. So if you look at her, let's say, function stacks, the first function would be extraverted sensing, which has to do with the here and now and make it happen. So it's not surprising that within a short period of time, Madonna was able to be successful and also over the years maintain that. Obviously, she's not as popular as she was, let's say, in the 1980s or 1990s, but when you think about so many artists came and went, and Madonna was able to maintain it for a number of years. So we do have to recognize the hard work behind what she has done and her ability to withstand a lot of negativity. So if someone was the sensitive type, I don't think they would be comfortable being in Madonna's shoes. But also the other aspect when it comes to Madonna is her love life, is that sensor perceivers usually do not fare well, especially the masculine type. And so I'm not surprised that she was married twice and divorced twice, but also that she doesn't seem to want sort of a third marriage. She'd rather have a series of young, very young actually, boyfriends. And that type of sort of relationship style is more the masculine type. I think that most feminine energies would not be comfortable with this huge age gap, and I think that she doesn't necessarily want something that is very deep or meaningful right now. So based on all this information, I would again type Madonna as an ESTP. You can always comment below to let me know if you agree or disagree with this assessment. If you like this video, please click on the like button, subscribe to my channel, and we will talk soon.